Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is C's Tarot Time. And I am doing a mid-November relationship reading for Virgo. Sun Virgo, Virgo rising. So let's get to it. These 3 cards is you, Virgo. I do not read reversals. See what's going on with Virgo. These 3 cards is for your partner. What is going on with your partner, Virgo? And these 3 cards is your relationship. Lots of love, Virgo. Lots of love. You are both in love with each other a whole lot, and a lot of optimism. Just I want to say your relationship is blessed. You honor each other. You honor each other's differences. You honor each other. You're very compatible. The differences between you and your partner, you love that. They love how you are. You love how they are. You're feeling very on top of the world right now, Virgo. You have a lot of confidence. Things are going very well for you. You're in charge. The King of Wands is someone that's very passionate. There's a lot of fire in you right now, Virgo. Typically, Virgo doesn't have this much fire, but you have so much fire and confidence right now. This is how you're showing up in the world. As a Strength card and as the King of Wands. A person in charge, in control, confident, unapologetically your fiery self. It's like a different you has emerged. Maybe a different you has emerged out of the pandemic. You're tapping to your very fiery self here. And you've worked a whole lot, possibly during the pandemic, to get to where you are here. With the Moon card, there is a part of you that still is a little nervous and anxious. But it's a little part of you. And that little part of you comes out at night. It comes out when you're alone, and that a little bit of that self-doubt and uncertainty, you don't share it with anyone. No one. Maybe you share it with your partner, because your partner has the Hangman and the Hermit there. The two of you you both like to hole up and just be together. You do share this with your partner, actually, if you have any uncertainties about yourself. The Moon card also, goes into these parts of yourself, the unconscious, the subconscious. So whatever comes to the surface, you do share it with your partner, and you talk about it with your partner. Because you have to. These are things that it's like the universe is talking to you and saying, hey, look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at, see if this is in alignment with who you are. Or why are you having these thoughts? Why are you having these dreams? You share all of this with your partner. Right now, your partner is in some type of meditative isolation with the Hangman and the Hermit. They are also, with the 3 of Cups, I would say, there is a very close friend or 2 friends they are spending time with, and it's just your partner and with these two friends. And I said, there is the Three of Cups. It could be a sibling. They are just spending time with one or two very important people in their life. I don't know why, but they are needing this time to be alone. It's as if they've come to some crossroads about themselves, maybe about something in their life. They've come to a crossroads about their career, where they want to be. The relationship is solid. And the crossroads, they've talked to you about the crossroads. They've talked to you about them wanting to make some kind of change. They've shared it with this one or two very close friends or a sibling. It's also could be a spiritual transformation. Something about them is changing. Something, I want to say, coming out of the pandemic, possibly that during the pandemic they have had a lot of time to think, and some things have occurred to them that has come to the forefront of their awareness. So they might be changing some of they're questioning some of their beliefs. They're questioning things about life. And they are sharing all this with you, Virgo. The relationship itself is full of optimism and hope with the star. There's so much ahead of you in this relationship, so full of love. Both of you are so filled with love. The love drives the relationship, which the love allows your partner to be honest about whatever they're going through and whatever you're going through. This relationship, I'm going to say, is for life. I believe that you have found, if you are in a relationship, this is the relationship for the rest of your life. It answers, this relationship, how your partner is with you, answers questions you have about loyalty and commitment. Because loyalty and commitment is very important to you, Virgo. Okay, let's pull some cards. I'm going to pull some cards on you, Virgo. And these are on your partner. Another ace. You have two aces right there. And then the Empress. So, Virgo, regarding those times of the moon, then you have the Two of Swords and the Page of Cups, and then Death. I'm reading that as you are feeling, you're feeling like you want to break out of some kind of mold. You want to be happier. You want to be less, you want to be more yourself. And with the Two of Swords, there's a part of you that feels like you have to act a certain way. And there's another part of you that says, no, you don't have to act like that. And you're going to get to a point where you're going to actually accept how you are, and you don't have to fake it with people, because it just feels like you're feeling like you need to be acting or pretending to be someone else in order to achieve something, and you actually don't. You do naturally have a lot of fire in you, which is the King of Wands, and then you have that confidence in you, and then sometimes you wonder, like, is this really who I am? And you're going to move into the Death card, where I'm going to be who I actually am. I'm not going to pretend to be someone else. There's going to be some kind of transformation in you where you're going to drop parts of yourself that doesn't work for you any longer. And how are you going to get there? You're going to get there by realizing that that you no longer have to do that. You can tap into your childlike innocence. It's even possible that with the Page of Cups that you might even tap into your inner child. There was a time when you realized, if you go back, and you may go back, and you'll realize, oh, this is me just being like relaxed and loving and questioning, and it's fine, and I'm just not being critical of myself. You're going to go back to a place of innocence, Virgo. That's what I'm seeing. And I think it's happening now into next month. A place of innocence and a place of major transformation in terms of who you are, and not pretending any longer. Your partner is this looks like something that they are working on. They've been working on it. There's going to be some sort of success with it, but the success isn't enough for them to feel confident about it. If they have been in seclusion working on something, and this is something they love, what could it be? It could be they might have branched off into a completely different direction here, your partner, and they're feeling uncertain about this big change they made, because it's brand new territory, and they're not sure if this was the right move, and they still continue to question it. And I'm gonna say, yes, that's normal if this is some brand new territory they've invested in, but it's gonna be fine. It's normal to have some level of anxiety. Maybe they've also let go of something that isn't working for them any longer, and it's taken quite some time for them to close this chapter in their life. There is something that they have ended. After having some time alone, coming out of it, feeling good about it, and they've ended something, and it's a very positive decision. It's a very positive move. They won't be feeling any more anxiety about this thing. So let's move into the relationship. The relationship has a lot of opportunities in terms of the two of you. Wherever this relationship is headed, it's with the Empress, it's fertile. Your ideas are fertile. with the two of you are brilliant together. Brilliant. So there's a lot of opportunities ahead of you. Virgo, you are transforming. Your partner is leaving something behind, and that is moving into this brand new chapter in your relationship where it's really beautiful. Whatever it is that you're doing together, it's filled with love, truth, being honest with yourselves. It's a very promising future together. Very promising. And it's fertile. If you are trying to have children, you will have a family. You will have a family. If you want to know when you may conceive, it could be within 2 years. I would say by next September. Some of you are already pregnant and you may be having a baby around next summer into September. What else do I see here? Yeah, there's opportunities. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. You have the King of Cups and the Empress. Two people in love, two people very in love, very honest with each other. They don't hide anything from each other. Okay, that's what I have for you, Virgo. Let's look at the guidance from the wild unknown archetypes. Okay, let's see what it has for you. The Orphan. Oh, the Orphan, what does that mean? I will read from the book. The Orphan. To study the Orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. Tenderness beyond tenderness is required. Imagine holding yourself in your hands to recognize that each one of us fears rejection, and isolation is to take one step toward the orphan. Access this archetype, this orphan, through creative acts like drawing, painting, writing. Keep it simple. Ask the orphan what it wants to draw or make and say. This to me goes back to the Death card and the Page of Cups for you, Virgo, that you are coming maybe back to a place of where you are unconditionally, unapologetically yourself. And as I said earlier, that if you go back in some point in your story, back when you didn't pretend, back when you were just innocent, that's what the orphan is telling me. And the relationship is supporting that. When you honor that child in you, the child that maybe there was a need, the child, your inner child, there was a need a long time ago that created the person in you today to be very successful, giving, confident, and somewhat uncertain. The orphan still speaks in you when you get uncertain. And in terms of your partner, I think your partner The orphan in your partner might have something to do with having grown up in poverty, or just not having enough, and they've worked really hard to get where they are. And sometimes when they are successful, your partner feels like it's just going to slip away from them. But the two of you together nurture that inner child and nurture that orphan. And if you are parents, and if you are going to have children, you're going to, the orphan, you're going to be really good parents, because you are aware of when you don't want your children to feel like orphans, because you know what that's like. And on the other hand, you know, you're probably very generous in terms of helping people also, that you have hope in your community, in the world, by being examples of being generous and giving and doing for your community and helping others. That's you taking care of the orphans in the community, people who need you, because you have the resources to help. You make time to help. That's the Empress. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed your reading. And if you did, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for being here with me.